Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I am Dustin. We are looking at Tesla once again, and I love what I see. I will be honest, I'm generally a perma bull, and that's just because it's an easier way to go in the market. The market generally wants to go up, and Tesla right now generally wants to go up. And what I love to see is that it essentially had this bottom here down on the 18th of August. You can see that this is the 9-month chart of data. The low is at 212. Since we've moved off of that price, we have seen nearly 100 million shares traded every single day while the price has been consistently rising. Now, we're not necessarily seeing the greatest price moves in the world here. We are still from like 233 to like 238. And now for the first time in a while, we've seen that the price is above its 5-day moving average. It has been since the beginning of August. And that's when we got kind of like confused earlier, but it's been quite a while. So it's really nice to see. We look at the 1 day, we're positive 5 out of the last 6 days. We are rolling positive on the 5-day rolling return, still negative on the 15-day and the 1 month, but I'll give it a pass since the 3-month and the 6-month are also positive now. We're looking at the signals. We can see that we've lost the go short signal in the short term. We still have it in the intermediate term, but we have lost it in the longer term as well, which is very good to see. We haven't seen some go longs yet, but we're hopeful that those will come around soon. You can see we've gained some bullishness in the short term trend indicators. We're still bearish on the intermediate term and longer term. We have been bearish for quite a while. The seriousness of our bullishness, though, you can see in Tesla, we were bullish from there, and I wouldn't even consider that we even got truly bearish until here then, which would have been the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. This has been a great indicator for us so far, so we do want to respect it. We really want to see it flip bullish, hopefully sometime soon. We can see that Tesla is back up above, I think that's the 15-day moving average, the red line, which is good to see. Over the past 3 months, we can look and see at the rolling trend in sentiment we have on the 2-day. So I really respect the 2-day because it's a really fast version of what is the bullish and bearish sentiment. And the reason why I like to respect that is because the price moves that you get to see are much more violent and much more vicious due to like short-term options now, especially on something like Tesla, which has got a huge component weighting, and like the SP 500 has got a huge in the Qs. I think it's weighted in so many different things that the type of momentum that it can see. Obviously, if you've traded Tesla before or ever owned a share, you can tell that these things, when they get going, like at the end of May here, these things can run. They can run for a while, especially like it was at the very beginning of 2023. So when we look over at the trading signals, the one thing I do want to call out is I do have two coming rising bulls. I'm going to get one tomorrow and one today, I think. And if you want to understand, so this is related to mostly, I think, the 2-day average. When it comes from under that 40% for multiple days in a row and then flips to above 42%, I think it has to be like aligned with the 5-day as well. So it is a very powerful like setup, I believe, because it does give you multiple indicators that have to kind of like sing together in terms of how the price is moving. So when we look at the daily charts here, one of the things that's really interesting is that this 200 level has really been respected. In February of 2023, the 200 level is kind of the resistance, especially here in March of 2023. Now it looks like, for lack of a better term, it's held. It's really held this level. You can see now the daily sentiment indicator, we have gone all the way down most recently as 36% bullishness on the daily. We're up to 42%. We are very close to crossing back up above that 15-day moving average of bullishness. You see, obviously, we got tricked at the very beginning of August, or some people might call it a month-end markup. That sounds like something might have happened there. But we look at the volume. The volume is starting to move up, or at least it's not falling anymore. And we'd like to see the volume break out on a price move higher. If you broke above like the 240s, 250s on higher volume, that'd be great to see, especially if it was sustained. Now the volatility is starting to roll over. We do expect that currently the correlation is negative. So we do like to see a negative correlation and a rolling over volatility. That generally means the price is going to go sideways to up, generally pretty slowly, because the volatility is going to fall. So the price moves are going to compress. And then if the correlation stays negative, the price is just going to go sideways to up. So we like to see that. We'd want to expect, though, that we don't get the same kind of sharp, jagged moves down like we saw here in the negative correlation previously. We'd want to get something that's a little bit more like plateaued like we saw in June. But that was positive correlation. We look at the trade range. We've essentially bounced right off the bottom of the trade range. It was at 215 on the 18th. It was an important day, the 18th. We could go back all the way to 279, though. That could take a while. It could take a day. Tesla can do whatever it wants. When we look at the ultra-fast sentiment indicator here, we can see that we are still well below that 15-day moving average. We're at 42%. We have come off of that low at 37%. So we do like what we see there. It's probably the lowest. This 37%, I think, is the lowest that we've seen the entire time that Tesla, at least going back this 9 months. And that includes most of January of this year. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We send you 25 stocks to your inbox every single Sunday. Stocks between $5 and $20, stocks hitting 1-year highs, stocks hitting 52-week highs. Go sign up. Talk to you soon.